At Credit Suite, and welcome to Credit Suite's YouTube live event today. Today we're going to talk about the massive benefits of building your business credit. Again, my name is Steve Weibel. I'm a sales rep that works for Ty Crandall. Ty's out spreading the word to the masses and helping others build their business credit today. And he asked me to fill in for him. So I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. So what is business credit? Let's talk about it. Business credit is credit that's under the company's EIN that is not tied to you personally. This is credit that your company can earn on its own 2 feet without you personally sign for it. Like I said, it's not associated with an owner's social security number. It's credit that multiple sources will give the company that allow the company to control its cash flow and grow its business without impacting the owner's personal credit score. Business credit and personal credit are completely separate. And as with any credit, including your personal, it takes time to build it. But what's important is the benefits of having business credit versus personal is, one, doesn't affect your personal credit score. You don't have your utilization rates going up and down and up and down. And two, the stronger you build your business credit, the more valuable your business becomes, the easier it is to control cash flow. Scores can certainly diverge dramatically depending where you are in the process and how you handle your personal or your business credit. Now, business credit is in the business name based on the business's ability to pay. Here's what I mean by that. It's not based on utilization. It's not based on the business owner's personal credit. The business qualifies for credit on its own, and when done right, business credit is obtained with no personal credit check required from the business owner. And again, once again, it's based on the business's ability to pay its bills. For example, if I receive credit with ABC Company and I use that credit to buy maybe one of their products, they ship me the product, send me the bill, I pay that bill within certain terms that they request, net 30, net 55, or revolving, and they report based on how I pay. The business owner, more importantly, isn't personally liable for the credit the business obtains. Now, this is a big deal. This is why you want business credit. First of all major businesses have it. Everyone from Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, etc., don't risk their personal assets when their companies borrow money. You're not going to call up Walmart if they apply for credit with you and ask for, well, in this case, you wouldn't ask for Sam Walton's, but certainly one of the Walton families to personally sign for the credit. The business has built its own credit. As a matter of fact, Walmart is the #1 business credit utilizer in the world. They perfected it. When you buy a product off Walmart's shelf, they've purchased that product utilizing their business credit. So again, major companies, they don't need to provide a personal guarantee either. The reason they don't have to do that is they've built their own business credit. In other words, their businesses have credit. Just as a business is a separate entity from an individual, as well, a business can also have its own credit as opposed to personal. All right. So benefit number one, create a barrier between business and personal assets. You need to separate your business credit from your personal. I'll give you a great example. I was in the real estate business, and during the crash, I had lots of properties. I had crews of people working on my properties. I had trucks in the company name. I had Home Depot credit cards. I had Visas and MasterCards. Well, as everybody here knows, the market crashed in 2008. It directly affected my business. However, when it all went down, I walked away from it clean. I didn't have any issues with my credit because everything I had was in the company name. I had not signed for anything personally. That's a huge barrier. So my personal assets weren't touched. Now, my personal property was an issue only because I had financed the daylights out of it, but that's separate. As far as the business was concerned, it did not affect me personally. That's something you need to consider. It's very important, especially when you're building your business. Even if your business goes into receivership, or like in my case, I ended up closing it, one thing they can't touch is your personal assets. Just because your company goes bankrupt doesn't mean you have to as well. You should be able to separate yourself from your business so that you can easily close the business if necessary, walk away, start another one, get another job, but it shouldn't affect you personally. You shouldn't lose your house, your car. You shouldn't be able to not get approved for a credit card personally. If you set yourself up properly, this is the best way to approach a business. I don't care if you're a startup or you've been in business 20 years. You need to separate your personal from your business assets. Benefit number two, save your personal credit utilization rate. I touched on this in the beginning. This is huge. When I first started my printing company, prior to my real estate investing, I used my personal credit for everything. We built up a fairly large company, but my credit score would go from 750 down to 600, back up to 760, down to 580. It all depended on my utilization. As the business grew, I used more and more of my personal credit. Hence, my personal credit scores went down. Personal credit is based on 35% of your utilization. So your personal credit score is based on 35% of your utilization. If your utilization is 100%, your score is going in the tank. So using personal cards to pay business expenses will absolutely hurt your utilization rate. Utilization rate equals the amount of credit used, but divided by the total amount of available credit. You need to keep this percentage at 30% or less. Again, 35% of your score is based on your utilization. Handling business expenses with personal credit makes this nearly impossible. Actually, I would say in my case, it was 100% impossible. It really made a difference. Benefit number 3, be ready in case times get tough. There is no such thing as a straight line in business. You don't start a business at the bottom and immediately you start heading towards the top. We all have our ups and downs. And when they do, you need to be prepared for those when there's lean times, especially for companies that are in a seasonal business. This is part of the DNA of that company. If you're in landscaping, truck plowing, even real estate, as a real estate agent, we had seasonal highs and lows, I'll call them. Nobody was buying homes around Christmas. Everybody was buying right after the school ended. Right before school started was also a real busy time. So if you're in a seasonal business, or even if your business just fluctuates, you don't have a steady month to month, you need to really consider building your business credit. You need to have access to that credit during the lean times. It'll get you through until the times get better. Every business goes through lean times, like we said. If you have to make payroll, equipment payments, or cover rent, you need business credit to get by. Things as simple as fuel for your cars. How about your cars? Things as simple as marketing money, keep the business generating. You need to have credit available so that you can do those things when you need them. By establishing your business credit before you actually need it, you're far more likely to get better terms or even credit at all. Look, it's the same old story, and we've all heard it. Those who have money don't need it and can get as much as they want. Those who don't have money and need it have a difficult time getting it. So you certainly want to talk about building your business credit before you need it. I believe the best time to begin building your business credit is the day you register your business. If you start then, when it's difficult and it's early, by the time you get to the point where you really need it, where your business is starting to grow and you need to rely on the credit because of cash flow going up and down, you're prepared. You've done your due diligence, you've done the work necessary, and you've built your business credit to the point where you can actually utilize that business credit. Again, get business credit before you need it. You need to establish a credit history before you really need to tap into it. I wouldn't recommend to someone who just got a job to immediately go apply for a mortgage. They would want to establish their credit history. Businesses are exactly the same way. You need to develop a credit history before lenders are going to look at you credibly. Credit history is one of the components CRAs use when calculating a business credit score. CRAs being a credit reporting agency. So they're going to look at your history. The longer and better your credit history is, the better your business credit score is going to be. And what you'll find, as opposed to personal credit, business credit limits increase dramatically very quickly. So even if you start off with something as low as $500 or $1,000 in credit with your initial vendors, you can quickly generate enough credit to get that up into the 5, even 6 figures very quickly. I'm not talking 10 years, I'm talking 6 to 12 months. So that's something you want to consider. When you consider what your credit score is needed for a business loan, then you need every last positive item you can get. So think about that. When you're looking for a loan, they're going to look at you personally. They're going to look at your business credit. The better your business credit looks, the better the opportunity to receive the loan. If you start early, it's only going to help you. Now, keep in mind, you can go to creditsuite.com/EIN and get more information. We're not finished here, but I wanted to throw that in there. All right, so recap. The massive benefits of building your credit, business credit, are: 1, the business credit means personal credit is completely untouched. Your utilization rate is going to stay low. I'm talking about personal utilization rates. You're going to have no increase on your personal credit. An increase mean lower scores. In other words, the more inquiries you have, the lower your score gets. If you keep applying for more and more credit for your business, it's only going to drop your score, raising your interest rates, costing you more money, and actually having the opposite effect of what you're trying to achieve. So building your business credit will protect not only your personal, but actually help in the type of credit you receive for your company. It's a big deal, right? If you build business credit before you need it, it makes it easier and faster to get it. This is the key. You really need, if it's too late now, that's okay, start working on it. If you don't need business credit yet, you need to begin building it now because you will need it. Every business does. Look, I'm assuming nobody who's listening to this YouTube live event is a Sam Walton or a Walton relative or Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. So if they're utilizing business credit, there's no reason that you should consider skipping over that. It's something you need to begin doing. You need to begin researching and find out how you can get started. Payment history and credit history matter when it comes to business credit. It's important that as you begin building your business credit, you make sure you build it the right way. You make sure you pay your bills on time, because if you miss even one payment, it'll have a slight effect. But if you generate a pattern where you're always late with your bills, it's going to affect your business credit. And business credit is not like personal credit. There is no Fair Credit Reporting Act for business credit. So you need to protect what you build and make sure you're cognizant of what you owe. You need to build business credit the right way. There are two ways to try business credit. There's the wrong way, which is the way I tried the second time, which was I just kind of fumbled around, got denied, fumbled around, got denied, got lucky, found one that approved me. And I went through that over a matter of 4 or 5 years. Or you do your research and you can truly build this the right way and accomplish what took me 5 years in 5 to 7 months, and then just grow it from there. So do your research. You can go to creditsuite.com/EIN and get more information. But you certainly, when you're beginning to build your business credit, you want to start off properly. We can go into credibility at a later date, but you need to build it the right way. You need to establish your business fundability. When you're building your business credit report, what you're doing is not only adding credit to your company's profile, you're, believe it or not, adding value to your company, and you're establishing a fundability. And here's what I mean by fundability. When a creditor looks at your business, they have to decide whether you're fundable or not. If you take two businesses, both doing the same revenue, on the same street, in the same industry, same overhead, same profit level, and they both apply for a loan, they both come with personal credit scores of, let's say, 700. One comes with 25 trade lines reporting on their business credit report, and the other one shows no paydex score, or worse, a failing paydex score because they have no credit, and they have an Intellis score in the low 20s, and the other one has one in the 90s. Which one's going to get a better rate? Which one's going to get definitely approved for the loan? Which one may or may not get approved for the loan? And even more importantly, which company is more valuable? I take those same two companies. One has $100,000 in business credit available to it in the business name. The other one has none. Is company A not more valuable? Obviously it is. So that's something you have to consider as well. You need to get your DUNS number. You need to get your EIN and set the business entity up with the IRS. When we talk about the DUNS number, again, go to creditsuite.com/EIN. We get you more information on that. That's a free number that you need. That's one of the credit reporting agencies that most creditors look at. Again, you can get it for free. You don't have to pay for that number. If you need more information, contact us at Credit Suite. Go to creditsuite.com/EIN. All right. You want to start with vendor credit tier. Vendor credit tier is what I discussed and touched on at the very beginning, which is you will get approved for credit with someone. You will buy their product, whatever it is. They will ship that product to you, send you an invoice. You will have some term to pay it in, net 30, net 15, net 45, whatever it is. You will pay that bill within those terms. They will begin reporting on your credit report that you're current. Once you've got enough of those reporting, you're going to move into retail credit tier. Retail credit tier is exactly what it sounds like. It's business credit from retailers. And when I talk about retailers, we're talking about everything from Amazon all the way up to Sears. You're talking about credit cards for fuel. You're talking about Walmart. You're talking about Sam's Club. I'm saying Home Depot, Lowe's. I mean, just think of a store. Think of a store. The odds are they offer business credit. Most people aren't even aware of this. Then we move into the fleet credit. When I talk about fleet credits, I'm talking about revolving. I'm talking about fleet MasterCards, where you can not only get fuel for your vehicles, but you can also have vehicle repairs. And in some cases, even restaurants, food, and hotels, and cash credit tiers. And obviously, cash credit tiers is what is the most flexible and what everybody really wants. This is kind of the order you need to do it in. And there's certainly a step-by-step process, and you have to know who to go to and when. And you need to be monitoring your business credit the entire time that you're doing this. This is the direction you want to go. So for more information and to access even more free training, you want to contact us at 877-600-2487. Again, that's 877-600-2487. Or email us at info@creditsuite.com. That's info@creditsuite.com, or just go to our website at creditsuite.com. If you have any question, we'd be happy to answer them. I appreciate you attending today. I kind of sped this one up. It's only about 15 minutes. Again, my name is Steve Weibel. I appreciate you guys being here. Have a great day. Bye-bye.